Well, well, well. Hi. How's it going? I don't know why I always start the stream like all dramatic, just to never say anything dramatic. Like, I don't know why I keep doing that. Like, it's not like it's a surprise that I'm suddenly showing up or anything. It's kind of the. I forgot to take my meds today. Now also too late. Um. Anyways, yo Zenon, yo Vote, how's it going? Thank you for the 5 stream streak, Vote. That's uh almost as much as I can count, I think. Um, I don't know if I'm allowed to because those would be taken in the morning, but it's fine. Um, it's not like I'll die if I don't take them. um, they're mainly like uh to help me get the energy to like wake up, and evidently I don't need them to wake up anymore because I'm awake. So um, still unfortunate, and I should definitely remember to take them tomorrow. But the issues by med time is like when I wake up. That's when I'm supposed to take them. So the thing that should spam me when I should take my meds is my alarm to wake up. I just forgot it today. Oh my god, could you imagine? That would be amazing. Okay. Anyways, I was thinking of doing Pokemon today, but I'm kind of tired, probably because I forgot my meds now in hindsight, but um, funny how that works. Um, but yeah, so instead of doing Pokemon, I'm doing just something chill, which is going to be Pixel Art, which is a good idea anyways, because we just made it right, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Um, but yeah, I figured I might do pixel art because it's chill, and now that we have a new pixel art scene, we can finally, do it. We can just do it. That's honestly something I'm really happy about with the pixel art slash game dev scene. There were a lot of cases where I cancelled stream because I didn't have the energy for it, where I would have had the energy to do like some chill pixel art, but I didn't, have the scene for it, so I couldn't do it. Yeah, so having done this now, this is really neat. Speaking of, uh, welcome to my pixel art scene. How's the audio, by the way? Can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm made of? Um, good. So, my plan for today is just to work on this Sonic sprite I've been working on for a while. Heck yeah. Um, as you can see, I've changed some settings about a sprite as well. Now, the layers of my character, like of my sprites, are transparent unless they are the layer I have actively selected, which is really convenient to see what is on different layers. Uh, it's not perfect, but I also have this view on the side for like the preview. So yeah. Um, but yeah, I've been working on the Sonic sprite for a while now because I felt like it. That's it. That's it. Really. I wanted to do like a sort of in my style. Like it's kind of inspired by multiple different things, so it's not completely just my style, but like my adaptation of like a Sonic sprite, right? And maybe other characters later. Um, I have like a long-term goal for this, but this is like it's not a main project. It's just something I like working on the side. But yeah, the goal for this is basically just get a classic Sonic sprite. I might later make a modern Sonic too, but let's start with classic Sonic. Yeah, that's it. Um, I have different inspirations, which I can, I guess, talk about a little bit as well. But like, a lot of the ideas for the sprite were like, I like the way classic Sonic looks in like the animations they released for Origins and for Sonic Mania. I like how he looks there. I like how expressive he is, and I wanted to adapt more of that into this sprite. So yeah, that's it. I think I prefer it that way. Um, but yeah, I've already done a walk cycle. I can show it off in a second once I placed all these pixels. But actually, I can show it off while I'm placing these pixels. Um, why are you centering that way? Oh, I guess this button doesn't center it. It puts it where I'm looking, which makes sense. Okay. Uh, yeah, I agree. Like, it's also like I used the regular Sonic sprite, like Sonic Mania sprite, as like base reference. Um, he is ever so slightly taller than Mania's classic Sonic, but yeah, I've been looking at Mania's classic Sonic sprite sheet mainly as like reference for like what animations do I need, like what animations does Sonic have, what is reasonable to have. But yeah, some major differences between like this sprite and my sprite is I added a mouth because that's something I always kind of disliked with classic Sonic sprites. He's not as expressive. Um, like he occasionally expresses himself, but like it's always kind of weird. I I have some issues with Sonic Freeze Sonic sprite, but I do agree it looks good. I just don't like his eyes, honestly. That's like my main issue with Sonic Freeze Sonic. I don't like how thin his eyes are, like his pupils. I like when they are like bigger like this, which is also why I made them bigger here. Um, but yeah, a lot of it is also the colors are like inspired by the animations. Although I'm thinking about making him a bit darker still, but it is not as light as Mania Sonic. I don't like the color on Mania Sonic. I'll be completely honest. That's like my main issue with Mania Sonic. He's weirdly not desaturated, but like um, the shading is weird. Like the contrast is odd. I guess is my issue with Mania Sonic. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like I like Mania, don't get me wrong. I Mania is one of my favorite Sonic games, but I never particularly cared too much for its visual identity. Another thing I really don't like is the shading here. I don't like how the shading on Mania Sonic and the other Sonic classic Sonic games have that issue to a degree as well. I don't like how they separate his head from his spines. Like, they really highlight how round his head is. And like, it's fine, it's not bad or anything, but it's like, it's the same reason I don't like a lot of the American Sonic cartoons. Or the way Sonic looks in them. Like, this mohawk, more or less, look on his spines, just, or quills, or whatever, just doesn't look good for me. Like, I don't like how that looks. Yeah, exactly. It highlights, it makes him seem almost bald, which is weird because clearly he's not. But like, it gives that impression, right? And it makes it also hard to do something I really like from like the animations, and also the CD intro animation, where his quills just move dynamically depending on what you currently need, right? I do like Aerial Garden. Um, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why I changed some of the things the way I did. Another thing is I made his legs longer, for two reasons. A, I think he looks better with long legs, longer legs, and B, it just makes it easier to animate him, really. I haven't done the board animation yet, that's another thing I want to do eventually, but that's not what I'm going to do right now. But yeah, that's that's the animation that I think is the most expressive in the classic Sonic games. Yeah, they don't need to be that long, no. Just a little bit longer, so there's a little bit of substance to his legs. Like, if the way I had him before, he just looks kinda squished, if you get what I mean. You notice it a bit with the jog animation, because if he would stop losing it, because he's leaning down a bit, so he looks a bit more squished. But it's fine for this animation, because it's, well, he's jogging. He's getting ready to run. Yeah. But yeah, the jog animation is what I would like to work on right now, because I've been putting... honestly, I've been putting it off for a while, because this character has 4 walking animations in Mania. It's now 4 animations. So that's a lot of walk cycles. So I'm trying to differentiate them, but obviously they are a bit of work. Because walk cycles suck. I hate walk cycles. But yeah, for now I'm going with 6 steps for each of the walk cycles except the dash, which I think will only have 4. But I might give more in between frames for the walk animation later, so he can have a slower walk cycle. Because currently jog and walk are the same speed, but obviously if I were to make this into a game or put them into a game, that wouldn't work. Anyways, that's a lot of pretext to say I should do a thing. The next frame is roughly like this, but more like leaned down, because he's jogging. I might still copy this actually though. Ba -ba -da -da -da. I can get rid of the hands, like the arms, because I'll just use this arm. I do need to lean forward his body and move him down a bit. So let's take his everything and just move it down by one. So far so good. And then I should move his body and head forward. I guess... Yeah, that's pretty much it already. I need to do a little adjustment at the leg here, but that's about it. Kind of anticlimactic, actually. But I'm not complaining. Ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll move... Yeah. That's about it. It is intentional that I rotate his head here because I want him to look like he's moving his head a little, like left and right. I should make his quills a bit longer though, to make it seem like they're like being dragged behind a bit. I'll just copy it like this, to be honest. No, I need to do something else. Also, I realized I didn't do these. But yeah. How's everyone doing? I don't know, it's been a weird week for me, because on the one hand it's been a very productive week, but I've also been very tired the entire week for some reason. I don't know. Might just be the weather, to be honest. The weather over here is a bit crazy right now. And by a bit crazy, I mean a lot of crazy. Nah. Like, it's weird because it's very inconsistent currently, the weather. Just rain the one day. I mean, it is nice that you have the day after, or the week off, but I get what you mean, just this feeling of, this is normally when I would be working. Something about this just feels weird, but that's okay. Guess I can move this over a bit. Maybe I should just leave it alone. It's fine. Oh yeah. I have good news for you. Tomorrow is not Monday. I need to remove the back arm here. Wrong layer. And just steal it from here. Oop. I'd move it 2 down. That is even better, honestly. I needed a moment to realize what you meant, but yes, that makes sense. You know, if I was smart, I would have probably done different angles of the head beforehand. Oh well. Next frame. Next frame is basically the same but in reverse, because there's a secret that might shock some of you here, but about walking specifically. When you move your right leg, put it down, you afterwards move your left leg. Might be shocking to some people here, but nice. I hope I haven't scared anyone too much with that information, but is there just a piece of his leg missing? Are we back? I don't know what happened there. My connection didn't even drop. Which is normally what happens when stream dies. So URT, how's it going? It is indeed me. The Sigma Freud. No, I can't even say that with a straight face. But how are you doing? I am doing a Sonic. Wait, that sounds wrong. Let me. Thank you. I'm really happy with him so far. I try to take inspiration by from the animations they did for Origins and Mania. So that's what I'm trying to go for here. And I'm trying to make him walk because Hedgehog has the zoomies. Let's just copy this. You know what? Let's just do this. And then we just take his head off. He doesn't need that, right? Sonic doesn't need his head. Okay, Then we move you in more. Move you also in more. And move you a little bit in. To make it seem like his head is tilted, tilted a bit. There's more that we need to do for that though. Like moving his face. Like so. Yeah, like that. That looks good. I need to move his ear also, because, well, perspective and stuff. I'm bad at perspective, actually. I'm really bad at it, but, you know, that will have to do. That's not at all how perspective actually works, but it's fine. Sometimes you just need to do things because they look better that way. Or maybe I'm just bad. I don't hate this. I don't think moving his ear down was the right call though. Yeah, and I don't have that much practice with perspective, sadly. I'm getting better at it, but I never really practiced it as much as I frankly would have liked to. But that's okay. That's what these things are for learning. Actually. Yeah, maybe. Maybe something like this. Yeah, that's fine. I do need to do something with his nose. Which is mainly just this. Move this in. Yeah. Nah. Nah. Yeah, probably. Noses are weird, especially noses like Sonic the freaking Hedgehog. Yo, Ledge, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Normally it would have been my connection dying, but I don't think my connection died, so... Sonic has a weird nose, but... Um, yo, French, how's it going? Nah. Can I maybe just... No. Nope. I'll just leave that like it is for now. Anyways, now that we finished that part, we can rip off his arms and legs, because... why wouldn't we? That's a sane human thing to do, right? I think I need to move his head low on both of these frames. I'm just realizing. Which is fine, although it does start to look weird. Yeah, that would explain why his head looks so tall. Which, I mean, technically it would still be, but... well, let's hope that it stays a good day. I think that's... I mean, I've discussed it earlier. I did actually make him taller than the sprite I'm referencing with the Mania sprite, which is a bit shorter. Mainly giving him slightly longer legs. Lanky Sonic. No, it's not quite that bad, but... now that you say it... Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Let me just... Doop. This is Volt's. This is all Volt's fault. I'm just saying that right now. What was it about Sonic Boom, Xanon? I mean, Sonic never really did have a neck. No, it's way funnier when just his legs are so long. I mean, the worst part is I don't even hate this. I mean, obviously I'm not gonna do a Sonic like this, but... it doesn't look as bad as I would have thought it does. Although I do have to say, this might... this might be slightly more cursed if I try to animate it, which I'm not gonna do, because... God. But just try to imagine this guy walking. I mean, where are his knees, even? Are they here? Are they here? Where are his knees? Let me just... let me just... I think someone needs to see this, so... hang on. Let me just... I do not watch One Piece. It is one of those things that I would low-key want to watch, but also at this point it's like, um... I don't know, it's just a commitment, you know, getting into One Piece now. Like, it's just... I mean, I could have figured by that name, but... Also, ugh. Sorry, I needed to sneeze. But yeah. That sounds... mildly cursed. Let me just pin Tanuki down really quick. I made an art. I did a thing. Again. Also let me post it in the Void Horrors channel. I haven't posted it in that channel for ages, but... lanky Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyways, now that that's done, uh, uh, I should ping him Dan actually. I imagine. I imagine. Anyways, where was I? I need to swap these legs. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm just swapping them. It's easier that way. Like, it's easier to just reshade them and, like, adjust things than it is to just... make them new. So, something like this. Stretch! I can do that. I need to get something to drink real quick because I think my bottle is empty. Yeah. I need to fill up my water bottle, so I'll be right back. Also fair, One Piece is kind of weird as a baseline. Again, I low-key want to watch it, but it is a commitment. Anyways, I'll be right back. I am back. and I am hydrated. I have filled up my water bottle. I don't know if you can hear me shaking it in front of the mic, but water. Um, nice. Filter might have cancelled it out, but yeah. Oh, that's funny. I mean, it makes sense, but it is funny. Um, my avatar is actually more sensitive to noise than, or rather, it isn't cancelled out, so it doesn't feel as sensitive to it. I need to copy this as well and move this to the front leg because that's how this works. Where was I? Chad, where am I? What is my brain doing? What is life? It's like illusion. I've been losing you before love. I love supporting me. Swapping legs and fixing the height. Was I fixing the height? I don't think there was anything to fix about the height at this point. But swapping the legs definitely. Sonic the Leghawk has legged long enough. Sonic the... Why am I so stupid? Chad, why am I so stupid? He doesn't need a neckline. That's fine. He's leaning forward. Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't need a neck. I mean, unironically, I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually have a neck in that sense. Only shoes, yes. Doesn't need a neck. He's Sonic the Hedgehog. I realized I've made a mistake. Right. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. Backtrack. I deleted a part of the leg that I wanted to keep. How high is that? 1 pixel above. Okay, admittedly, this looks a bit more cursed than. Oh, I know why that looks weird, because it didn't shade this. I shaded this partially, but not completely. I didn't change the color of the hedgehog, of the shoes. My brain is so braining today. Chad, you cannot believe how much brain I'm braining. Yeah, agreed. But that's okay, we'll figure it out. Maybe if I try this, that can work. This might be better. No, not that. I agree, it's probably the lack of arms certainly doesn't help. It there's just something missing when you're missing arms, you know. Um that's definitely that might be a problem. It's fine. He doesn't need arms. He's Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic doesn't need arms, right? Let's go with this one. I'm stealing arms from here because it's basically just the same animation but wider, so... it basically works the same way, just... Sonic. Sonic's never been this armless before, yes. Sonic the amputee hawk. Oh god. Oh god. Is that better? I think it might be better. Ever so slightly. Though I think I want to move this arm more like here. I mean, he's obviously still missing a frame, but... So, next frame. Let's just continue for now. We can still clean it up later, right? So first let's behead Sonic the Hedgehog. He doesn't need his head, right? I cannot stop Z from using his powers for evil. Meanwhile, I can. I will do no such thing. Also, funny you would say that about it just being Sonic Boom without the swag. Because that's actually part of how we got here. I mean, we actually, French, we sorta actually do know the answer to that. Because like we do know how much speed Sonic has while in a ball, right? Like how much less drag he has. In fact, I have the stats in my Godot project I did a while ago for like Sonic stuff. So it's somewhere between the drag of when he's a ball, because he's likely still going to have more drag while standing, even armless, than as a ball, but... So, knowing that information, we can look up the formula I have for Sonic's drag, which is His friction normally is 3.0 pixels per second? Pixels per second. But his friction while rolling is only 1.5 pixels per second. I don't actually know what the unit for friction is now that I think about it, so it might just not be pixels per second. But it's when he's rolling, he has half as much friction as when he's standing. And now, mind you, that doesn't completely account for drag versus friction, because drag is more air related while friction is more ground related. But yeah. Anyways. God damn it, X. Funnily enough, I don't actually know how the boost works. Like, I don't completely know how it works. I've been thinking about that actually, because I've been looking a bit into Sonic Colors DS. Where I have some interesting things I know about the game, but what? Why is this chat getting even more unhinged? Also, hi, D-White. What's a Prit stick? Oh, Prit as a... Oh, never mind, I know what a Prit stick is. I'm just stupid. Yeah. Are we just... As about to start, I think I'm just gonna take a break. I think I need it. So, yeah, I'll be right back. I need a break. You've broken me, chat. Broken me. I I leave for 5 minutes, and you blow up the moon. What am I supposed to say to that? Like, yes, I'm back. Fuck you, moon. You never had the cheese I wanted. Anyways, um, I think it's quote ad. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to keep animating this hedgehog. So I need to get rid of his arm again. I need to get rid of the other arm again, because fuck you, that's why. Thanks for the quote. I can't believe these things just happen here. What am I supposed to do with you all? What have I done to deserve this? And don't say I started streaming, because that's factually correct, but... I mean... That is how the saying goes, isn't it? Well... That's... I'm just imagining Sonic the Hedgehog with leg arms. I mean, you're correct. You're correct. I can't even complain. It's my fault. I should have just... I really should have just gone and went and never did this and just... where's my button to hide my avatar? I don't think I have a button to hide my avatar. That's a shame. I should have added one. Would have been so funny if I just had a button to go like, bah! And vanish. Anyways. Wait, right. Hedgehogs do have 4 legs. What am I talking about? Where's the picture of 2 regular hedgehogs? Anyways. I'm so completely out of the my brain is just not brightening. The stream is not what I expected it to be. I'm gonna be completely honest. The stream is... I would love to say more unhinged than usual, but really it's just... It is more unhinged. Not unusual, but it is more unhinged. Than something. I don't know what it is, but... Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my fake. Anyways, now that I said the thing, I set the line, everyone can go home. um, I mean, if you need to go, then go, but I was joking. By the way, Dwight, how are you doing? Do we have Starbucks in Germany? I genuinely don't know. I can't remember when the last time was that I saw a Starbucks. Let's say it this way. That is indeed unfortunate. I think society will never recover from that effect. Um. Okay. Okay, not gonna lie, this looks slightly awkward. It's fine. Will probably look better in motion. And I'm definitely not coping. Never. I would never. I mean, that's... Uh... Wait, I just realized you're right, Zenon. I'm just... Not rich or Starbucks. Pick your lane. He's moving. Okay, let me give him arms. Um, do you think Sonic the Hedgehog would like the video game arms? Okay, we're almost there. Oddly specific, but okay. Also, I don't... the, the quotation marks around beverage is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. I don't know. Anyways, I should free Sonic from the hell of dancing. He's doing the hedgehog. This time we don't need to behead him, because this is the same head that we're going to use for this frame, but we do need to take his arms, though. His arm privilege has been revoked. I think that's a like chain of small like bakeries with coffee. I know like one place in our city that has one, but I think they exist outside the city. Yeah, they are mostly in train stations, like uh there's a moth in my room. And it just landed on my nose. Which like they are. It is genuinely. We often have like small bakeries or something like that in bigger stations, just because it's convenient. Uh, I am very confused. Yes. Anyways, I can already put these in. And now I just need to switch these again. Boop. And copy this one. Put it back. Boop. And put that one at the correct height, so. Let's start with the front leg this time. I mean, yeah. I don't drink coffee as much anymore. I actually drink coffee more to go nowadays than I do at home, mainly because if I'm at home, I usually don't need it. I try to drink less caffeine, so it's really only on like days when I'm like in a hurry and like need to be awake for something, like when I have therapy early or something like that. Otherwise, I try to consume less of it. Hydrate. Yeah, we have like coffee basically anywhere. That's also fair. I remember actually that you mentioned that you have your caffeinated hot chocolate at home, which sounds so nice, honestly. I have something similar by now, but it's not as like good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not like a high quality product or anything. It's just, uh, but also I just take anything with chocolate because I exist on chocolate. Um, so, you know. Uh, uh, that's really good to. That sounds really good to be honest. Um, I can agree to that. I'm. What I'm hearing is I need your breakfast. Yeah, agreed. It's just it adds so much flavor to it that just sugar doesn't do. I like. Don't get me wrong. Like I like sugar in my coffee. I also like coffee with salt. Weirdly, I learned at one point that that's a thing you can do, and then I just tried it and I learned, that isn't actually that bad. Coffee with honey is also really good. Though to be fair, I just like coffee as something instead of honey in general. Uh, co- Honey instead of something like sugar. My brain is not braining today, Chad. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not. Chad, who let me stream? I clearly don't have a brain. Who allowed me to hit the go live button and subject myself to all of you? Right, I think I remember Miri mentioned that. Um, it really depends on the coffee. If the salt works. Like, I have noticed with some it's just not good, but... how does this look? I don't hate it, but it's not... Yeah. I think especially since it's only a like transition animation between a faster animation and the more slow walk animation, I think it's good. Like this animation is not going to play long. So I think it's a decent enough animation. This is just to get us into the state where Sonic is actually running. Speaking of, I hope you like walk animations, because that's probably all we're going to do today. um, New tech! Run! I get what you mean, Lich, yeah. I mean, talking about coffee is always great. I actually agree, Zan. Here's my hot take. I like sweets that taste like coffee more than I actually like coffee. I don't hate coffee, but there's something about sweets, like chocolate, that tastes like coffee, that I like more than actual coffee. And I don't know what it is, but I mean, yeah, but right, like coffee flavored stuff is so good. Right? Coffee ice cream, coffee chocolate. I feel sorry for French, because we're not just talking about chocolate. Not chocolate, coffee. Yeah, like how coffee smells, right? I think that's a good way to describe it. Like, they taste like how coffee smells, rather than actually tasting like coffee. Um, I don't know what it is about humanity's ability to make things taste. Actually, yeah, that's a good question. I feel like from what I know about French, the answer might be no, but because if I remember correctly, French is pretty sensitive to like bitter taste, if I remember correctly. So, but then again, I find a lot of like coffee flavored stuff isn't like flavored stuff, not actual coffee, isn't actually that bitter. It specifically avoids that bitterness while having this. Coffee has a very like nutty sort of flavor. I feel like it's weird to describe because it's a very specific thing. Yeah, it's a very unique profile, which is what I like about coffee. But also, I do think a lot of coffee, like especially actual coffee, is just very bitter as well. So, anyways, where was I? I actually, yeah, I'm on board. Like, if if French ever comes over, we do have to take French to get all the chocolate. Would also be a nice opportunity to hang out with you, Zenon, actually. Yeah, French just lives in the factory now. That's exactly what's going to happen. Running animation. Um, it's weird. Sonic has the jog animation that I just made is only in Mania, so I don't actually know if Sonic has. Like, I think Sonic doesn't have that animation in any other game, so I don't know when that animation is exactly playing. I can tell you that for the other animations, like run and dash, but yeah, yeah. No, I want chocolate. I know it's in a set speed window. I just don't know when the set speed window for jog is. Um, the regular walk animation is from 1 to 6. Or whatever that is multiplied by 60. So 60 and 360. I think the dash animation is up after 10. That, yep. Nope, sounds right. Sounds about right. Actually, cupcake flavored chocolate sounds actually kind of nice. Maybe with some like bits of cupcake. That would be nice. Anyways, before I'm getting even more distracted slash hungry, one more time. A walk animation. The biggest thing is I need to differentiate it from the jog, which is kind of the difficult part. And like I know in the classic games it has some smear frames. I don't know if I like the smear frames, but also I kind of need them to transition to the dash animation. Which is basically just smear frames. No? It rings a bell, but... Oh my god! That's one of the kids from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The English name is Augustus Gloop. Yeah. I do remember the character, but I don't know what... What are you asking? I guess is the question. Oh, right, he was German even... I mean, I never really paid attention to that in the story, because, like... When I watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I... Fair. Fair. Yeah. What a weird movie. Thinking about it. I think that's a German version of the name. In English, he's Gloop. Uh, I've watched a movie when I was young enough to be traumatized by it. Um, anyways, um, I haven't watched it in a while though. Um, so nowadays, I also mostly know it through the memes. Yes, the new one, Lich. Jeez. Okay. I have two options here. Either I need to do basically all of this again, but um, I could also just do 4 frames for the run cycle and then like 4 or whatever for the. Do I kind of want to do a proper run cycle still? No, no. Sonic XXI. Um. God damn it. Actually, I need one more. Okay, let's start by moving this one down because this one needs to be moved down manually. The other ones I can do fine, but that one is too low by default. Because like last time I want the body to be leaning forward more, like the head and though this time I think I'm leaning the head forward even more. So that it has a sense of like him. I will get to the rolling animation eventually. 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 I just have to do like the dozens of um, running slash walking animations first, because Sonic has too many of them. Sonic T Hedgehog. God damn it. Sorry, I needed to respond to something. I still can't believe that you just suddenly have a banter sport face. Uh, like, how did we get here? I'm thinking what the frames should be for this animation, because like, with this animation, like the jogging and the walking animation, I have 3 frames per leg, right? One where they lift it, one where they walk, like start walking forward, and one where they set down the foot again. And then the same on the other side. Running is next. I'm just thinking, how do I want to do this? Because, like, obviously I'm going to have a frame like this, or rather like this, just wider, where he's actually, like, basically flying at this point. Um, I would be terrified by forklift certified French. That would be. No, we are just. You don't need to be stoned with this sort of influence. Yes, this is the step before the blurred legs. Before his legs are just a circle. So there will be smear frames, there will be that sort of stuff. I just want to have him still look like he's running, right? And unlike the... I don't quite like the circle animation. Not even that I don't like it in theory, I just don't like the run animation before that. Because if you actually look how he moves his legs, it becomes slightly awkward. Let me actually get a frame of like the Mania running cycle, so you can see how it looks. It looks something like... I'm just using this for the reference. Something like this. Where... What the fuck is he doing with his leg? The peel out, yes. Which is a separate animation, by the way. This is technically a fifth running cycle, but I wouldn't really count it because, like, it's not even close to a walk cycle anymore at that point. It's not even trying. Yeah, right. Like, not just like he's lifting his leg dog style. This is where his leg is. That's where his foot is. And it goes like that. I think he twisted his ankle. I mean, the main reason wouldn't use it for the fast, like for the dash ledge, is because I'm planning on having the super peel out as well. No, that's his tail. This is his foot. And this is his leg. I think. No, that's his tummy. His leg is... I don't even know where the fuck his leg is, to be honest. fucked up. That's what it is. I mean, French hedgehogs do poop while running, so I think this is his leg. Those 4 pixels, technically. Hydrate. Did I already empty my water bottle? I'm a thirsty boy. I haven't drank much today, I guess. But yeah, I'll be right back. I'll fill up my water bottle so I can hydrate. Um, I have refilled my water and hang on. I need to add a quote. Um, I hope you're happy. Um, what is gun? I mean, fine. You live there now. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to copy this. Because he is in serious mode. He is the serious thing alive. Or something, I don't know. Oh, I think I know what looks awkward here. And I can fix that actually. Well, some of it at least. probably should do the same here. Yeah. That should make it slightly better. Yeah, that looks way better. Why so serious? Because we're... Because... I mean, look at his face. Look at this man and tell me he isn't serious. Look him in the cold eyes and tell me this isn't... Does this look like the face of mercy to you? And I'm gonna make him even more serious. I'm telling you, he's gonna be serious. He's serious now. You are correct, Glitch, but why did you have... Why did you have to say it? He looks like he's serious now. Anyways. Meow. Why are we like this? Anyways, where was I? Yeah, they're... I could do... Again, I could just do this, like, 4 frames. As in, like, I just have a frame that looks like this, more like this, and then another frame where he's more like this. But I don't know. I don't know yet. Also, I'm starting to feel I maybe shouldn't have moved him down that much. So I'm moving him up again. I've decided he's getting uppies again. Also I should move his body in again. I should move his arms up. Although I'm probably going to replace his arms anyway, so all relative. And I should make his legs longer again, because I kind of shortened them just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's fine, don't worry about it. I forgot his tail. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Let me just get his tail back. Why is that the way it is? Oh, oh, that's why. Okay. That was what I was thinking too, like... Maybe a little bit of bounce still, but... I'm thinking I might not rotate his head this time around. So he's just focused on his goal, right? Just straight ahead, going where he's going. So I think I'm actually going to replace this with this head, which is more focused. Where was this head before I replaced it? It was here. Okay. And again, he's in serious mode now because yeah, that was what I was thinking. Though I might just experiment with this for now. Um, but yeah, something like that. I can probably remove the arms already because let's be real, they're not going to look like this. And I'll need to think about how I do the legs, but as I'm about to start, so let's take a break now and I'll figure that out and then we'll continue after the break. Sound like a plan? Sound like a plan. And if you disagree with this plan, then well, too bad. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it took a bit longer. I needed to answer a friend because of something. Actually, I needed to answer two friends because of some things. Um, um, Regarding the second thing I needed to answer thing, um, I might not be available on, or I might not be streaming on Friday, rather. Um, Available makes it sound like you all would expect me to be available. Um, but yeah, I'm not streaming on Friday because, or might not be streaming on Friday because I'm. Turns out when I went hiking, Welk Bacon, um, bless you, because when I went hiking 2 weeks ago, I realized my shoes are not in the best shape anymore, uh, which was a problem. I'll keep it at that. Uh, I'm fine mostly, but it did hurt. Um, but yeah, because of that, I'm going to get some new shoes on Friday with a friend because she offered to help me because she has more experience with like hiking shoes and stuff, and like uh but yeah, that's why I might not be available on Friday because I'll get new shoes. Also new non-hiking shoes, but that's secondary to hiking shoes. Um, Anyways, the point being, Friday I'm not available, or not streaming or whatever. Um, my brain is not brain-elating today. Um, I'm thinking how I'm best doing the legs. Like, what kind of pose I would want to start with. Yeah, I will give him arms in a second. Jeez. Actually, first I'm going to remove his legs, then I'm going to give him arms. Um, the video game, definitely. Um, you know what's the funniest part? I have an entire skeleton for like animation and stuff. I could use it. I might just be stupid, you know? I. Yeah, I'm real. I didn't like seeing that, but thanks for sharing, anyways. No, I don't think in the run animation yet. He has another animation called the dash animation, in which his arms aren't going to move anymore. But in this one, I still want his arms to move. Although, I guess I don't. They don't really have to move that much. Thinking about it, in Mania they don't move as much. Um, so I guess I can just have him hold them at his side, like he does in uh, Sonic Mania. I mean, yeah, but in Mania he straight up just keeps them at his side. Though, it's also not. I'm not sure if I like that. To be fair. So, I, yeah, this is a very Sonic running sort of song. I should maybe fix the skeleton first. We can maybe talk more about this later. So, let's put him here. I can later fix other stuff in the skeleton. Yeah, skeleton, but it would actually help using the skeleton. This is not the song that I associate with Sonic running. It is a good song though. This. Yeah, right. I'm not actually moving his body. I mean, I need to repose his legs anyway, so that's not really relevant. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's an actual art term. I'm just using it that way. But to be fair, I don't know if there's a sprite of Sonic's skeleton. I know there's one of Knuckles, but I don't think there's any sprite of Sonic getting shocked. So technically, you can't prove that it's not part of his skeleton. Anyways, before I get too distracted. Yeah. Wireframe would probably be a better term for it, but it doesn't matter. I know the song isn't. It doesn't matter. That would have been way more funny if this was. It doesn't matter. Right. Stand up to all the pain and turmoil. I do like this theme for Knuckles. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. Um. Um. I think I'm going with something more like this, where he's like running. Because it's a wider animation, so I'm trying to, like, compared to this where it's still relatively close to him, he's already leaned forward so much. I think him leaning forward will really help with this animation as well, because it's just, it naturally makes it wider, like the animation. Because his body is just positioned different. Possible. I don't have the sprite sheet for CD available, I think, but yeah. Actually, I might have. Sonic Mania, Mania, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 2, Sonic 2, Sonic 2, Sonic the Hedgehog. Knuckles in Sonic CD. Amy in Sonic CD. Huh. Possible. Yeah. I've just gotten a bunch of reference sprites for like the different the basic characters. Because I was thinking of doing this for other characters as well. I just started with Classic Sonic because, like, well. But yeah, I don't think I have a version of that sprite. And it's fine. It's not... what I'm looking for right now. Again, I know Knuckles has a electrocuted sprite because he gets electrocuted in Sonic 3. Well, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So... pretty sure there's a shocked sprite of him somewhere. But I'm getting sidetracked. This is all not what I'm actually looking for. I agree. It would be fun if Amy was playable more. The last time she was playable was in like Advance, I think. So yeah. I should probably connect this better. Yeah. Amy is a difficult character, I think. Just in general. In new games, she's a lot more, like, mellowed down, like... There's a lot of implied character development that I kind of wish they actually didn't just imply, but rather just actually did something with. Because there's a lot of, like, oh, she's a lot calmer now. She's just psychotic, or whatever. And there are, like, genuinely signs, like, that Sonic likes her more, like, now that she isn't just crazy trying to... I agree. I do think she was funny. I do think as a character it's very difficult to use her, right? Because if that joke doesn't land, it becomes very quickly just a annoying character trait, and like that's always an issue. Um, but it's one of those weird things because I also think it would be kind of neat if they leaned a little bit more into it nowadays, because nowadays it's barely a character trait. So it's definitely a balance thing. Like, and to be fair, I still think the interactions she has, like, there are still moments where you see she genuinely likes Sonic, and like, again, I think it makes. Here's the thing for me. I think Sonic and Amy's interactions work a lot more natural when Amy isn't like completely psycho crazy for him. One of the early one of the early interactions they had in IDW actually really works well for that for me, because like you see, oh, she still would like to have Sonic around her, but she also understands that he can't be tied down like that. And at the same time, you also see that Sonic likes Amy, he just doesn't work in the way she would want him to just settle down with her and like. Again, the part where I think it seems a lot more like Amy matured as a character. And again, I don't know if it's a perfect balance, but I'll fix the skeleton in post. The important part is that this works. Something like this, yeah. Sometimes it is really this easy, just like moving the things over. Yeah. Like, especially if you do it well, and I don't know how well I would say they did it, but it can genuinely come across as growth, right? Rather than just completely abandoning her old character, she just growed. Like people do. Does that work? Almost. Okay. And I should probably clean this up. There's probably a lot that I need to clean up in the aftermath of this. And that's okay. I wouldn't claim that this is perfect yet, but... Like, there are some things that I think are kind of inconsistent that I wish I solved a bit more consistently. The same way, but... One thing at a time. Sometimes you first need to figure out how you want to do something in the first place before you can... Exactly, Lich Kirby. Wait, this isn't Mario. Nintendo does what they get. Nope, not working. We tried. Okay, one forward. Okay. I like this. It's not perfect, but not a bad first frame. The next frame is maybe going to be a little bit easier. Also, I just realized I need to fix something on the leg here. Namely the shading. Because I don't need to hide it as much here, because... Yep. That's alright. Again, I can polish it up later, but... for a start, this is good. And the next frame is going to be something like this, but even wider. I think I'm actually just going to copy this frame this time around. I don't know. I guess I need to get rid of legs. I'm going to keep the arms for now like this. Like in the... like in Mania. But... and this time I'm using the skeleton because I'm not stupid. Okay, maybe I'm stupid, but... because I'm less stupid. It is very windy here as well, actually. I think I'm just going to copy this. TBH. Yeah, just move it out. And copy this as well, but stretch it out a bit more. Oh! Oh, that's weird. Don't know what happened there. I didn't change anything, but... I might have just leaned it too... I might have just leaned too close to it. Anyways. I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to lean closer to it. Like, to the image. Yeah, I feel like I should move Sonic down a little bit. Looking at this, it looks a bit awkward this way. I might also add smear later to the legs, but I'll think about it. I don't like the smear particularly, but I might need it to transition properly to the dash animation, so it might just be a necessary I can talk. Unnecessary evil. So Sonic T Hedgehog. I will never not find it funny to refer to Sonic as Sonic T Hedgehog. I'm not sorry. In the slightest. I'm just gonna steal the legs from here, to be honest. I can adjust them depending on what I need, but frankly, you'll probably not even notice most of it. Because the arms are just going to cover it. Which is technically another advantage of the arms like that, but I need to move his arms down though. On that note. Oops. Same. Move the one in the back. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I like this though, actually. Like, I don't hate it as much as I thought I would. I just need to make it more circly later. By adding some smear frames. And again, I'm going to move everything. I need a very similar frame to this one, but so I'm just going to copy this again. Because at the end of the day, this is just 3 variations of the same animation, right? Like, it's just slightly wider each time because reasons. The hedgehog. I don't know why I added the hedgehog there, I just thought it'd be funny. I had literally no other reason. But oh, banger. Because wider equals faster, yes. That's definitely how that goes. Actually, yes, because it seems like he's crossing more distance in one step, right? Because the step is wider. That's how... Yeah. That's how it is. I can speak from experience with my stupidly long legs. I should stream SOB2 at some point again. I haven't done that in a while. Oh, another thing I can do to make this animation faster. Okay, maybe not that much. I mean, in the end, it will the animation speed will anyway be speed dependent. That was way too funny. I do love the SOB2 soundtrack. Like, Egg Rock Zone 2 in particular is just a banger. Memes aside. And I do have to specify memes aside because, oh boy, are there memes. Yeah, I can see that. I'm a big fan of Castle Eggman as well. Castle Eggman is just good. Yeah. Haven't listened to the tutorial in a while, but can imagine. I mean... Ignoring the fact that he only steps with his... Actually, it does kind of look like he's just step dancing. He is shuffling. He's definitely shuffling. God damn it. Anyways, now that we finished animating Shuffle the Hedgehog, Okay. Let me make a copy of this frame and just move the... I mean, at this point, you know the drill. We just swap the legs and that's it. I don't even need to bother much with... I don't even need to bother much with the brain words, please. Last with those two frames because I stole them from the jog animation, so I can just steal them again. I love stealing from myself. I'm such an easy victim to steal from. The best thing is I'm not even suing myself for plagiarism. I should do that. Okay. I forgot to do a thing. I'm stupid. But it's okay. Because I'm also smart. I think. Maybe. Occasionally. Not really, but... let me have this. Okay. I need to add this thing, the buckle. On his shoes. Haven't you heard the news? In his word. Okay. Like this. I mean, he's still shuffling, but you know. I'm not even gonna bother. Let me just steal the front leg from here. Put it in here. Fix it up. Honestly, it doesn't even need all that much fixing. That should do it. Yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna see half the stuff here. So, I'm gonna remove that leg in a sec. But it's still convenient for me, so. Boop. Just gonna steal that. Put that here. And now I can remove the front leg here. And it looks okay. Except he's still tripping, but I love how on the last frame, like on the missing frame, he's just losing it. Because duh. And again, I'm just gonna steal from myself because I can. Muhahahaha. I'm so evil. Behold how evil I am. I steal from artists. I mean, that artist is me, but I'm so evil. It's getting late, I'm going insane. Someone should stop me. Okay. Yes. Next question. I don't know how I feel about that. I think if I move the leg here a bit forward, it might look better. Let me slow it down to normal speed again first. I do agree it's probably too bouncy for the speed he's going. So I think I'm moving this frame up again. This frame and the third frame. But I do get what you mean, yeah. And that might just mean that this is the point where we start animating his arms. That's a possibility. I think it might also partially just be because there's just no frame where they overlap. But there's definitely just something wrong with this. God damn it, Dan. I get what you mean, Lich, yeah. Let's start from scratch with the legs, you know what? I think the general... but... I'm enjoying this. Like, jokes aside, and like, I'm still not perfect, obviously, I'm still struggling with this, but partially because I've never made like 3 different walk cycles for a character, right? This is something I've never done, and trying to one-up myself every time is, yeah, and it's definitely practice, right? Like, figuring the stuff out. I think I get what you mean, yeah. Let me try that. This isn't the greatest way to do this, but... oh well. Yeah, I like that. And I'll copy over this foot for this side and just on the back, and let me rip out his foot, because that's what heroes do. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's just practice, right? I've learned that what I was doing so far didn't work, so I'm just doing it again. Like, I'm not saying it's bad that I need to redo that animation. Sometimes something just doesn't look good, and that's, you know, that happens. It happens. I wish I did get it right the first time, but... you know, nobody's perfect. Except for my sister, she is perfect. Infuriatingly so. Wow. Wow, Lich. I can't believe you would do that. Don't think French has deserved that. But it is funny, so I approve. Something about this... no. Which frame is it? This one. Something about this frame bothers me, and I don't know what. Something about the way his front leg looks, like the right one from his perspective. Something about that bothers me, and I don't know why. I don't know. I kind of agree. Looking at it now, but... and there's a lot of cleanup I need to do with this one. I'm not even... Yeah, I think the ankle is just... Something about it just doesn't look right. Better, but now I think I moved it too far. So... yeah. Yeah, I think I just need to move his hand. I think there's no way around it. Like his arms. Them being static looks not as bad as I thought, but it doesn't do what I wanted to. So, um, I think part of the issue is that it has some of the same issues the uh, jog animation has. It just because less movement is elsewhere, it just doesn't. I don't know. That one is definitely still work in progress. Hmm. But I do think a lot of the issues are actually also in this animation. But part of me wants to look how the walking animation looks in the walk animations. Yeah. Might just try moving this one out a bit more. But I think it doesn't change the fact that I just need to add more animation to the, like, more movement to the entire animation in general. Like, the arms being, the arms need to do something. They don't necessarily need to, like, move the way they do in the jogging animation. But they need some form of movement. But yeah, I think you might be onto something. And I think this is an issue this animation also has. That this just needs to be further out. And vice versa. Is the front foot backwards? Uh, it is on the wrong layer here. But not really. Let me run this animation faster again. Just to see if it looks better by now. Part of me thinks the tail is part of the issue. Like, unironically, his tail is kind of causing issues. But also, again, there just needs to be more movement. Not a lot, but just a little bit more movement. Yeah, that might be a thing. Because I've been using front as like front layer, I guess. I definitely think this is an improvement, just giving him more movement on like his quills and stuff. Like just to make it seem like there's like momentum behind it, like this frame needs a bit more to make up for this. Not quite as much, but... that is a good... I agree, that's actually not a bad question. It's not a bad question to ask. At all. Because, like, if he doesn't look good without a head, then working on the head doesn't fix it. I will still try this real quick, but... I definitely think the tail is an issue. I need to do something with the tail. Or ideally the entire body, but... So I think what I'm going to do... Because I think a lot of the issue comes down to... The tail is just... weird. Like seeing it stand out as much. In fact, I might just squish all frames down to this. Just to make sure. Because as is, his tail just stands out a bit much. But also I do agree, lowering his tail probably... In fact, what I'm going to do, I think, is just for all frames. Actually, for these I'll keep it that way, but... And then... these frames... might just hide his tail completely. Or move it in a bit. That might also work. I'm almost thinking his head might be too much now. Which is okay. It was worth an attempt, but it didn't work. And that's okay. But this seems to have improved it a little bit. I'm split between not moving him down at all or moving him again more up and down. I am not sure. I still think the jog is better, but again, I think I just need to move his arms. I know the animation in Mania doesn't do it, but it looks bad. Although I might also just try smear frames for now. Front, black, smear. I'm putting it on an own layer, so if I want to change something later, I still can. Doesn't have to be particularly fancy or anything, just... just enough to, like, get the idea across. So something like this might already be enough. But that's exactly the thing, that's not how it moved. So it should be more like this. And this one will be more like... this. And this will continue this line. I never changed the shading there, which might also be an issue. In fact, let me fix that right now, because the shading not being right is actually kind of problematic. Okay. And this one is another... Don't worry if the smear looks a bit wonky at first. I usually try to get the shape first before properly shading it. And then the last one is something like this. So... Now we need another layer called backleg smear. Which is the same, but I'm just gonna remove those two. And then I'm going to group them as well, because unless I'm working on them, I don't really need both of them. And the same here. New group. Backleg. And smear. The smear for this one is going to be a bit easier, since it uses less colors. Ministry of Silly Walks, but Sonic. That would be kind of funny. I'm going to do the smear rather higher here, and I might do that on the other one I already did as well. In fact, yeah, I think that's better that way. If it's curved more upwards. You know what, I'm going to do it on the back first and then I'm just pasting it in again. I think that's easier. Then I have a consistent smear. Might just need to add more shading, but it's not that difficult. Let's make it more of a sharp angle, like this. Yeah, that looks better. Because now it's... Now it's more circle-y, if you get what I mean. We want it to look like a circle because, like... And this one is going to be more of a... like... a bit shorter, but... Yeah, I think this is not bad. I mean, I'm not sure if it's my favorite, but it's not bad. I don't know. Maybe. But I think it's supposed. The thing I'm trying to still emulate here is the round movement, right? The circle movement. Because this is supposed to slowly start evoking a circle, right? Not quite as... but I do get what you mean. I get what you mean. I also needed a moment to think if that might not look better, but... Okay. And now we... I just realized you're too low. That's definitely an issue. That needs to be lower. You're not... It's not too low, it's not low enough. Yeah. And because I want this to have some animation as well. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be perfect, but like... I'm slowly getting to a point where I think I'm understanding what I'm doing. And, you know, that's already better than where we started, so... And again... a little bit of... the left heel, maybe? I don't really... know. I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I'll say no for now, but I might come back to that later. Let me focus on doing this Mir first. I just want to see how that looks. And we both know that my brain can't handle more than one task at once. So... let's do one task at a time. Let's not overwhelm my poor brain. You're good. Well played, brain. Well played. Good plan. I... bad. Yeah. And then the last one. Okay. Now that I have Smee on both. Um... mm, um... mm, that's... But it might, like, I might just genuinely have to redo this animation, and that's fine. I don't know if it's fixable, let's say it this way. It's, and I don't know if what I'm currently doing is in any way conductive to the fixing. So, admittedly, not making me very confident. And that's okay. Yeah, I might, and again, I might just have to redo this one from scratch, and that's okay too. Might just genuinely be a, I did one attempt that didn't work, I might need to do another attempt. Because this is not working. And that's fine. Sometimes things just don't work. I am, however, getting tired, so I don't know if I'm going to fix it today. Might just have to be a thing for another time. And if it is, then, well, we can... Yeah. And again, I might just redo this, because this is clearly not working, right? I think I need to just... He needs to raise his legs more, I think is really the baseline of it all. For it to really feel faster. And that's okay. It means I need to do this again, but that's just something I'll have to live with. So, yeah. I'll delete all of that and... Yeah, I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to delete this, try this again, and I am still live, not for long actually. I was planning of just finishing, but I did finish the jog animation, so hope you like it. I might do some tweaks still on it, but I didn't like the run animation I did, so I just deleted it. I'll have to do it again another time, but oh well. Um, I'll see about that. But for today, that's it. Is it leaving right as you get here, but it is getting late. Um, and I'm tired. So yeah, I figured you were busy. Um, well, you could make it to the stream though. Who are we going to raid? Who is live? That we can raid. Uh, let me check how long has Supersonic been going? Yeah. I also need to do a bunch of stuff still. I'm glad I have this pixel art scene though. Like, I'm glad the stream worked as well as it did. Like, the scene working and everything. And I didn't think it would break or anything, but like, um, you know. Yeah. And it's fun just being able to do pixel art again. I'm planning on doing a lot more soon to catch up for all the game dev streams I didn't do in the past. Anyways, let's raid Supersonic. I don't know for how long he will still be streaming, but he's in the middle of a run, so he should be going for at least a little bit longer. Supersonic is a Sonic speedrunner, quite a good one, I've been told. And he's currently doing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, a Knuckles speedrun. So, that sounds fun. Yeah. Our raid message is going to be I broke Sonic's legs. Use whatever raid emote you like. I will use my own. But use whatever you want, really. And yeah, I'll be around. Probably not to maybe Friday. I don't know yet. I won't make any promises, but I also won't say it won't happen. But next week probably. So yeah, I'll be back at some point. You know where you can find me, so bye.